welcome to the Ideal Home Show.
Hey! We're on this time, are we?
Episode
Motherfuckers going on with these
61.
controls. They're just fucking shit. It's like trying to get in. It's like John's having a right moment.
Fucking wanker.
He beat us, right? Just to let you know, we had one run and Rick had an error and it didn't go live. And John burnt everybody. He was the first one in here by a mile. Second time.
I came in because I thought we were live. Like, whoop, whoop.
He used every ounce of his strength to win the false start.
John was premature.
Welcome, everybody, to the Ideal Home Show, episode 61, the Ideal Home Show Awards. We're going to be officially stating categorically what is the best things this year.
Yeah, but we're...
Oh, Rick's gone pop.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Hey,
It's going to be one of those nights.
Yeah, so basically what we say is just the truth. And yeah,
Completely impartial.
Yeah.
Rick's completely impartial right now. He's just he's back.
Here we go, am I back now? Fucking hell.
Yeah, well, you downloaded porn again. No, I'll tell you what you did. You clicked on that drawer app and it locked you up, didn't it?
No, hang on, it's experience. What? Who's put stuff on me? Look.
You did.
I didn't do it.
You did.
I didn't.
It said beneath that you'd launched that app.
I have, yeah, but not to put. How do I get rid of that?
That's
Just
your
click drawing again.
the little drawer on the drawer symbol. There's a little X at the top right corner.
Yeah, but I want to use Google Effects. I'll do some hand claps and things for the awards.
You can do that.
Ideal Home Show,
I'll tell you what.
the most professional show in vaping.
I'll tell you what. We'll go like that.
Yeah, we do actual live hand claps.
There we go. I'll get rid of it then. I won't do hand claps
We'll
or
do it.
fanfares or anything.
No.
Oh,
So, right, Richard, how's your week been? How's Christmas been? And what are you vaping on?
Christmas was good. Put out the reindeer food on Christmas Eve.
Do you catch any?
No, I don't know if I'm not sure if
need to get a bigger hook.
because we provided all the presents.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You just got bad kids.
yeah. Lump of coal. She was really bad actually. she was shattered by 11, and then she just hell
You going to say something else then?
like a mother.
That's quite
Tell
nice.
his
isn't
wife doesn't watch this.
She doesn't watch this. She came up with a great idea though last week. She said we should refer to ourselves as the Omies.
Oh, that's a
Good idea.
That's a good idea. That.
That's what I said. I didn't want to.
Did you write it down?
I just went, oh, that's a really great idea. I don't know why you wanted everything.
She, right, she is going to watch this episode at some point now and go, oh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's Christmas. That's Christmas in a nutshell.
Christmas done.
Yeah. What else do you want to know? I had a good Christmas. What I've had for tea? I put it on the group.
We had a pie, mushy peas, but there was nothing to sustain you.
Where was the
People are
carb?
worried about you.
No carbs before marbs.
Well, what did you do? Not eat the pastry? I didn't even know. I thought it was a Yorkshire pudding. It was such a crap pie. I thought it was a Yorkshire pudding.
It was a pucker pie.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Ideal Home Show in association with Pucker Pie.
And Adnams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brewdog.
Yeah.
Yeah, pine peas. Yeah, dodging the old carbs.
Apart from the pastry.
Apart from the pastry. So all the major food groups were there.
Is that part of your 5 a day?
Bit of brown sauce to make it bearable.
Well, that's one of your 5 a day.
Yeah, probably is.
I think it is. I think it counts.
The old Houses of Parliament sauce. So that's that. That's that. Drinking Brewdog
Lovely.
due to our contractual requirements.
Yeah, me too as well. Same today.
Come on, Adnams. Damn it.
Did you not get the memo from Brewdog?
No.
They wanted to show
Didn't
more.
they send you your beers through?
Yeah, we've got.
No. John, your microphone's very far away. What's going on?
Hello.
That's much
Is that better?
Yeah.
Good.
That's how you sounded at Vape Fest.
Well, when it's whispering sweet nothings in your ear.
Yeah, it was. It's totally Gets deeper the closer he gets.
That's true, actually. Yeah. The voice, yeah.
Do you want to know what I'm vaping or what?
Yeah.
I'm me fucking Craig stories.
Vaping on the best Christmas present ever, the Fogging Sailor
Awesome.
with the
Nice.
cane. Inside there, I've still got that apple
Yep.
strudel.
You having any problems with that cane there, Richard?
It's such a great vape. It's
Yeah,
flawless.
I had one, and I found a little bit of wire in the airflow straight away.
Oh,
I don't know what it was.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, that wasn't that one.
Oh no, wrong one.
That
You're
wasn't
right.
that.
You're right.
There's no engineering problems you can see with it or anything?
no,
No?
it's really well engineered
All right.
and
cool.
really cracking vape.
Good.
With the Chris Mon bell cap.
It's got a Christmas bell cap on. I wouldn't be using it if it didn't. That's a must for any decent RTA.
Yeah.
I'm also vaping on. In there, I've got the apple strudel. I'm also vaping on a Grim Cult Yig, on the Hexome with Goon.
Nice.
Thanks to Tony for the tip. And Eddie's Woo Wah cigar in the Azeroth, in the Bumblebee. Of all the dripper tanks, which I'm not really down with, this Azeroth just works. Just works.
Avocado like.
Yes, yeah, very much so. So that's that. That's what I've got. John, what have you got? How was Christmas, etc.?
How was Christmas? It was all right. My Christmas day sort of involves around watching TV shows that I only see once a year, and I sort of slowly slide into depression. So it started with, I don't know, some crap, and then it went on to Strictly Come crap, and then it went on to Doctor Who, or was that first? I don't know. Never seen that before. I only see it once a year, and I think we escaped just after EastEnders.
Oh, close call.
So yeah. So that was great. That's great. That was sponsored by my lovely wife's family.
Nice.
Yes, but that was we had Boxing Day together, me and my wife, just the two of us, and that was wicked. I'd kind of written a thing of films to watch, and it was sort of Home Alone 2.
I'm just getting visions of Alan Partridge when he's got
started
the
off with Charlie Brown's Christmas, which everyone should start off with. Charlie Brown's Christmas. Oh, Elf, that was the wife's. Home Alone 2, something else, and then we finished the day off with It's a Wonderful Life, which is probably one of the best films ever. So yeah, watch that. That was good. So Christmas. That was Christmas. And then I've been at work this week, unlike some people. There's only me out of the four of us who've been at work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prick.
Yeah.
So I'm knackered because I've been at work. So yeah. Anyway, what am I vaping on? Oh, I do. Well, I'll start off with a post. I don't know if this has got anything in it. It hasn't.
Vape mail.
Vape mail, which we've only had like 2 days of vape mail, haven't we? I'm just going to drip some of this tasty vapey taffy. I think it's called Great Ape. That's cool.
Yeah.
Which is from what used to be Vape Pipe, but they've gone now. But I bought it and they're closing down, so
You got a bargain.
it did 50% off. I think.
Nice.
And I've got that in my bit of vape mail, which is also on top of my Fogging Sailor, because I got jealous. There's my Fogging Sailor. And it is a Dot Mod Petri V2. What I've got.
First impressions?
I think it's fantastic, actually. Really like it. It's one of those things where I just like the look of it, and I wanted to order it, and I thought, well, if I don't like the airflow, I'm fucked. I'll have to sell it because it's not adjustable, obviously. So, but it's only a little. That the airflow is like there.
I like it with just the one on it. It's just no fuss, and it's
That's
always
all it is.
direct, and you can get your coil position dead on then as well.
Yeah. But the original tugboat was class, wasn't it?
Yeah. Tugboat 2 was kind of, it started going off a little bit really with the 2, because they were quite far apart, the holes were on the 2. and I never understood that.
Yes, but that's that. I've got it's a really simple build. 12 wraps. I've got to call it a Todd build. There's 12 wraps of stainless steel, 0.4 millimeter. All that gauge shit. Around a 3.5 millimeter rod. That's what I've got in there. I've got Cactus Punch in the billet box red form, which it's absolutely fantastic with a beer.
Have you not got the extra set?
Talking of beer, there's nothing more refreshing than a brewdog.
Have you got the extra set yet?
No, it's still on the way from Germany.
Is it swimming over?
Yeah, I think so. Someone's released one this week, haven't they? Somebody tell us in chat who's released something new, a new atomizer for the billet box this week. It is Steam.
Oh, you mean? No, it's the people who make.
No,
it's the people who make the caps.
Yeah, they used to make loads of accessories for the K fund.
Someone in chat will get it. I forgot. Yeah, Steam tuners.
Steam tuners. They've got a new atomizer out for the billet box.
It's a good game, that.
The man who invented vaping had one this week, didn't he?
Was that Imio?
I think he did.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward. No one's seen it yet.
Oh.
So that'd be good to see. Then I've got the
Flaskus.
Vapor Giant Nano on
The
top
Flackus.
of the Flackus, the Dacus flask, and Mike Dacus himself, the man who made this mod and has made a lot of the mods we've had on the showcase, messaged me today to ask me if I still use this, to which I answered yes I do, and he sent me another message back saying Merry Christmas, that's your Christmas present.
No.
So he said I could have this mod. So thank you so much, Mike. It's really great, and I do use it. And I use it every day. It's like on my desk every single day. Thank you very much, Mike. He's been so fantastic to the show from like the get go. He sorted out the finals, and a really really nice bloke. So thank you very much, Mike. That's wicked. Then what is the last thing I've got? No, I've only got 3 today. But I just wanted to go over some quick stuff. DB Liquids brought out Fluff a few months ago, which is like they're marshmallowy liquids.
Ice cream.
A Fluff ice cream. I thought it was Fluff like the spread.
No, I think it's like fluff as in like fluffy ice cream.
Well, anyway, it's big in America at the moment.
Yeah.
If you want to have a look at people who are vaping that, they brought it out about 3 months ago, something like that, and just that nick.co.uk. Just got it in today. I just saw a post on Insta Spam. So I think it's on the site already. So you'll be able to order it tomorrow. So now you can get, Raspberry Mint, Fluff, Vaping King, Strawberry Fields.
What about Gluttony?
Gluttony? I think that's on the way.
Cool.
If he hasn't got it yet, I haven't seen the Instagram.
Nom. 500 mils.
Watch this. And
I need that. I need some of that.
Simon,
Really good.
Simon at justadnick.co.uk. Tell me when your gluttony is coming in. And hey, my brain is gone completely.
And you've got the Artisan with the next stasis on top with slime in it.
I only had 3 months tonight because I thought we're quite busy. So I'm not going to do.
Well, I've done your 4th one for you then, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't got it. It's not with me.
Nice t-shirt though.
I've got a lovely t-shirt.
Hey.
And it says
That's not
a nano. That is exactly what it says. Vape swag.
It should say that's not a medium.
That's not me, isn't this? It's small. There's some worry that my midget size would not be, but it wouldn't fit. But it fits perfectly. I didn't say Vape swag, Vaping King, DB, and Strawberry Field all available at justadnick.co.uk. Just 2 quick special mentions actually. One of them is a shout out to UK Skonkers, who in the last few days raised £1,254 for Darren Lockett, who is a member of the iOS group on Facebook, and he's a member of UK Skonkers, and sadly lost his mum on Christmas Day. And they had a whip round on UKS. This is just blokes just being nice.
Are you putting your nails, Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making spirits. They had a whip round and they made £1,254 for Darren Lockett, which I thought was
Nice one.
super.
I'm sorry,
Quality.
Pretty good for a local group. Isn't it?
sorry to hear the news, by the way, as well.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Darren. That's awful. Other one, so a really quick shout out actually to Tony Heavey. I'm really sorry if I've said that wrong. But his son Ryan posted on iOS today, this evening, because his dad's in hospital and he's been he's been in there a while and he's got like long-term health problems. But Ryan ran down with his iPad to give to his dad so his dad could watch us live in hospital.
Yeah.
So just want to say hello, Tony.
All right, Tony.
Tony.
Thanks
Got any
a lot.
nurses?
mate.
Can you get some nurses' phone numbers?
for Craig, please get his phone number. This isn't. Don't laugh. I mean, we've got to take it seriously. Just sort of. He's sort of not as old as he looks. The hat it comes off. He's good. Look at the curtains. You'd get them.
Yeah, they come with. Yeah,
He'd share his juice with you.
Yeah, he'd probably share his juice. Yeah, he'd probably sort you out with some, Tony, if you got him a few nurses. 3 nurses' phone numbers for 30 mil. I think that seems fair. Yeah. Anyway,
You've got to be female, please.
No, you're not fussy. We're not that fussy these days, are you?
Happy holes are gone, Rick.
But yeah, on a serious note, I hope you sorted soon, Tony. And that's that. On that coffee note, Greg, how's your week been? How was Christmas? And what are you vaping on?
Thursday, I was fine. Got all my stuff done. Went out for some food. Did my shopping. Everything sorted. Got to Thursday night. I'm like, yes, I've got fuck all to do, and I can just do things that I want to do around the house. Friday kind of afternoon, start getting a sore throat. And that was it. I spent 5 days in the house. Went and did some shopping yesterday. Rick's suffering as well, as you can see. He's blowing his nose as we speak. Yeah, it's kind of just fucking awful. Just shit, really. So, but Christmas was really good. I've just hidden away, watched Helen Mirren.
Not on TV. Just put a tent up in her garden.
Yeah, kind of like
binoculars and some lube.
That's why I've got a cold. It's actually pneumonia. That's what it is. It's kind of.
She lives across the road.
Yeah,
she's got the same curtains.
Craig, you're okay. Do you want any chips?
That man with the weird curtains keeps looking at me. So it's kind of.
Just gonna walk me whippets. Do you want to come, Craig? No, just watch.
Ellen would be right at home up here, I tell you. It's been all right. I'm just kind of getting over just having a bad cold. So, but yeah, what am I vaping on? I've got the Sigeli 100 watt V1. I
remember that. I actually really like that mod. I had it.
And it's got I've got a little tractor and Native Instruments sticker on it and everything else. One of the first regulated mods I've got, and it still works perfectly fine. And on that, I've got the Goon with who was the guy at when we met up who got the drip tips again?
Tony, you met from
True Mods.
So Tony from True Mods, thank you very much, mate. I've got one of his drip tips on top. So I think it kind of matches, isn't it? Really, it's all right.
Yeah.
So I've got that, and in that I've got a rail cracker from Derailment. Next up, I've got the Dog Mods, which was less than $500, unlike some box mods you might see that are currently up on current reviews at the moment. I saw it, Richard. I watched it. It's very good. I'd just like to say, Daniel LSB, keep telling the truth, mate. Nicely done, mate.
Stay honest, Dan.
Yeah, so don't believe all of that shit that they come out with. It's another So I got this one for less than $500, and it's got more batteries in it. It's got the SX350J, and it's a year old now at least. It's way better than what they're selling, and they were $500. So yeah, fuck that. And on that, I've got the Super Tank Tobacco Super Tank Mini, which is fucking brilliant. Love it, absolutely love it. If you're after a decent sub tank, that thing has been great this week. I've just
everybody just check your PMs, because Big Tom's posted in chat, boys, check your PMs. So I checked, and it just says, "You look so festive on my screen. I'm wet at the tip." That's what he just sent me.
He just said to me, your face is so amazing on my 50-inch screen. My wet dreams have just come true.
Today on iOS, Big Tom watches a show with his bishop out. Right, Richard, come on.
I'm fair. I'm going to go wobbly now.
He's got. Yeah. Anyway, while he's doing his not, go on. You say when, Richard. So I'm on that, and in that I've got strawberry fields, raspberry fields, in the Super Tank Mini. If you can get hold of Super Tank Mini and you're after a sub tank just for pissing around with, it's fucking brilliant.
Tom said to me, he said, "Fuck you, Rich. It should be me, not you. You're pointless. Get off and send me the link."
That's unlucky, really, isn't it?
I think he sent some sexual abuse. I don't think he said that.
He may or may not have said that.
He might have sent you the picture. And I've got hydrogen with the Origin and the Christmas bell cap on top, and in that I've got Planet Cracker from DB Liquids. I've got the Digi Flavor Siren 25, which is a big old fucking beastie, especially on something like that. It's kind of like hanging over the edges of it.
There a gap under that Atty as well.
There's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap, and there's a glass chamber on the inside of it.
No, I mean a gap where it joins the mod.
Yes, there is. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because that's just me not pressing down on it. It's got quite a long 510 on it as well, so which is quite a bit annoying. But you know, I'm using it at home. I don't care whether there's a gap on it or not. So, and on top of that, I've got a Scott's drip tip on the top.
Yeah.
Of that, and in that I've got Just Jam, which is the.
You said you've had Scott's tip in your mouth for.
He's had Scott's tip and Scott's ring now.
Yep. And don't tell me that any of you lot would complain about that either.
Oh, he's bigger than me. I couldn't
You
go along with it.
You go, okay, Scott.
I'm only little.
Do what you like. Just don't hurt my face. So I've got Just Jam, the scone one in that, and then I think that's it. Oh yeah, that's on the Archon as well from Aspire, which has been fucking brilliant. And then I've just got my other hydrogen behind me, but I've not used that all week, so I'm not talking about that. Anyway, Rick,
Me? What do you want?
how's your Christmas been, and what you're vaping on?
Christmas has been good. Kids enjoyed it. Ate too much food. 3 days of family.
You were cooking from like Christmas Eve, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing the prep Christmas Eve for Christmas Day. I had 10 Christmas Day and 14 Boxing Day.
Fucking hell.
And then got a day off after that, going to my dad's.
Oh,
So yeah, it was nice. It's been nice. Sort of coming down with something now. Getting, yeah. But...
Does your dad? My dad told me the other day that he's watched a few of the shows. Just randomly, we were talking about something, and he watched a couple of your shows, boy.
Yeah,
okay.
my dad's had a little look on there because he's recently got a tablet and wants to get on the internet. And he said, I don't understand it though.
Hello, Dad. If you're still watching for no reason.
Yeah, hello, Dad. All right, mate.
So, Rick, the other thing that happened this week is you had to do a forfeit, didn't you?
Yes, I got fixed up, and I'm not forgetting that Paula. You know what you did. Yeah, Damien gave me the nod to add a couple of mates to the group, to SV. He said, yeah, that's fine. So I added them on there, and Paula hit me with a forfeit, knowing I can't say no. Being in the public eye and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I did a nice little version of Barry White for
was
Paula.
good.
A sexy version of Barry White.
I think you should post the link on iOS so everyone else can enjoy it.
I don't think enjoy is the right word for watching it, to be honest.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too much.
Yeah, if you enjoy watching an old bloke like me with a beard looking like a pervert, then yeah, go and watch it.
To be quite honest, mate, it's quite common around here. You get used to it after a bit.
I know I was there feeling tired and satisfied.
So yeah, I got a forfeit. Yeah, and I did that in the true SV style. Got to get stuck in. You can't laugh at yourself. There's something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it. Take yourself out of your comfort zone. Just do it. And what am I vaping on? Yeah, nothing different than last week, really. Got my Clito on a Pico in that. Yeah, I've still got some Moxon's Moonshine and Rhubarb. So that's Simon Sawyer's did that for Nigel, was it?
No,
No? Who did this?
I can't remember who did Moxon's Moonshine, but it
Wasn't
wasn't.
it Simon?
I
I
don't
think
think
it might have been Simon.
Oh, maybe all right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone in chat on there. Maybe Nigel in chat. I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
PM
yeah.
Nigel.
Yeah. Got some Nigel's Moonshine. Yeah, and I'm on the Troublemaker mech. Goon 24 on top with Voodoo Brew. Just my DIY mix there. And I've got my Kennedy on the Ellie Rogue with a new juice. I bought a bottle of juice yesterday.
Oh, with
And it's the third installment of Sweet Jesus juice.
Oh, is that from Prohibition?
Prohibition, yeah. It's not on their site yet, but they are selling it in the shops. And I think you'd like this, John.
Oh, is it Cigario?
It's made by Jesus.
It's minty. it's vanilla mint cream.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's not really vanilla. It's not really creamy. It's just sort of, but it's there in the background. But it's minty and
What
sweet.
is it, like Murray mint?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, but probably not as slightly more minty than that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
sounds
really,
all right then.
really
Not
like
like Murray,
it.
more Tim Henman.
I like that. As soon as you mentioned Jesus.
Yeah, because it's made by Jesus.
Yeah, I'm a very religious.
It's that
man.
time of year.
This one's called the Holy Ghost.
No, it isn't that time of year. It's July or October. You've all just celebrated winter solstice. Enjoy it.
I haven't celebrated anything. But this is the Holy Ghost. They had the Father, the Son, they're the first two, and this is the Holy Ghost. And yeah, really good. Good work, Prohibition Vapes. Nice.
They kind of fucked for the rest of the line, though, aren't they?
Well, that's it. 3 in that line. So
Yeah.
I
You
like,
don't,
that.
aren't
I
you?
like the small lines. They're good.
What are they going to do for the... Okay, yeah, I guess you're going to have to call the next one like Genesis. That'd be awkward,
Why?
wouldn't it?
Jesus wrote the first book.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I thought you meant...
Jesus done the cover art, and then they went, Genesis, what have you got? And I'll do the beginning.
No, you just put a picture of Phil Collins on the front of it. That'd do it.
it'd be a bit confusing.
Brilliant, wouldn't it? You could have
You could do one of him peeping out from behind a rock going, surprise.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's what I'm vaping on. I think we're skipping the news, aren't we? We're not going to bugger about with news this week.
Yeah, we are half past, so I think that's...
I think we jump straight on with these iOS awards,
Yeah.
shall we?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, kind of musical interlude goes here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I thought you got one news bit that Rick's written or somebody's written.
Nah, bollocks to that.
Well, I've got a couple there, but they're not really. Well, I can run through it quickly if you
Oh,
want.
go for it quick. Yeah, might as well.
All right. Spoke to Yee. He moaned at them and said these SX550 boards with this silly joystick. You can't mod it unless you've got a joystick. You know the SX550 boards, they got a joystick instead of up-down buttons.
Yeah.
And it is a bit stick that it's not 4 buttons on the board. It is an actual joystick unit inside on the board.
All right.
So it's going to be a ball ache to mod to make anything to go on it. Really, it's going to limit the amount of people that use it. So I said to them, you've got to supply the joysticks with them, and they've said they're going to soon. So
Coming soon.
I hope it comes out like one of those Atari ones. You know, the really big ones with the big red handle.
yeah.
Fucking great.
Yeah, it might be slightly smaller, but
Well, the Quick Fight 2, that was really good. I really like the Quick Fight 2.
The Nintendo control pad one, that'd be perfect.
yeah, but that works with 4 buttons, doesn't it?
No, it's got
Even those Atari ones have
Yeah.
4 buttons on them.
no,
The
no,
actual Nintendo one, it was actually a joystick just in a cross of a pad, wasn't it?
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
N64 one?
the NAS one.
Yeah, the NES one.
Yeah.
Or wasn't
That's
that
what-
just 4 buttons?
Up, down, left, and right was actually a joystick,
Yeah.
Right.
but it was just a flat pad.
Yeah, if you take that apart, there's 4 buttons in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah. Just with a little kind of post.
So
in the middle.
that's the style that would be really cool on a mod, though.
Yeah.
Just
Ooh.
that like pad style.
Yeah, it would be nice for them to actually give you something to show, kind of like the size and the specs of how the thing would fit above it, because you'd need to know like play and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not even just a case of drilling a hole. You'd have to oversize the hole to be able to get it to move, and it's just a bit. I don't think they thought it through properly.
I mean, with an up and down, you could use rockers and stuff. You know, they've proven that you can do a rocker like on the.
We've gone too far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, fuck that. Right, anyway, one more quick thing. Got some news here, and it's another bullshit. Really, it's another spin thing.
That was
Kids
my
landing in E&R after.
E&R?
Emergency rooms, sorry. Kids landing in emergency rooms after drinking parents' e-cig nicotine liquid. Right. It's not kids for a start. One 6-year-old drank some of their mother's juice. Well, actually, she was fed it by her father, because the silly mayor decided it'd be a good idea to do her own DIY mix and put it in an ibuprofen kids' medicine bottle.
Which is just amazing.
So the father gave the kids some for a sprained ankle.
As if you've got to feel like you need to give like a public notice to not, if you've got kids or whatever, don't mix in something that doesn't say what it is. And that is, you're at the level of don't lick the plug. Stop.
Yeah, but it's no different to saying don't put that spare bit of bleach you've got in your kid's medicine bottle.
Yeah, don't fill up the cure of a toilet duck.
Yeah, don't leave this cup with a little bit of bleach on the side, waiting for somebody to put water in it and then give it to the kids because they're a bit thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugger all to do with liquid. It's to do with bad parenting, isn't it?
Public information for fuckwits.
But this fool was saying, we expect that emergency physicians and poison centres will continue to encounter clinical significant cases of nicotine toxicity, especially in paediatric patients.
Amazing.
But no, they say because nicotine in e-cigarette refill liquid is highly concentrated, it's particularly dangerous to children. But this girl, they reckon she passed out straight away, was taken to hospital, but she was released straight away and was all right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was, and it was actually. It said in the thing, it was mixed. It was nicotine mixed with VG, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it would have come out as it was already ready mixed for someone to add.
But it's not even strong when it comes in 72 milligram. You know,
you'd feel a bit sick. I got a bit sick earlier, but
it's only 7.2%. It's strongest that you can buy now.
I mean, to be honest, the kid probably passed out through the fact that the fear and the knowing that her two parents were fucking stupid and that her genetics were probably going to line her up for a fucking Darwin Award at some point.
I think it isn't anything new. I remember a friend of mine used to work at a local school and they did a show and tell. You know, when you bring in an interesting object from home. And I absolutely shit you not that one of the kids brought in a bottle of methadone that was in the fridge.
No.
And I had to call the police and social services. Well, that must have been an amazing moment. This is Mummy and Daddy's favourite drink. It's always in the fridge door.
No.
Fuck.
I bet it was your cult methadone. I mean, it's easy.
I suppose if you're a kid, you're opening the fridge going, what's interesting? Well, I've never seen a bottle of this stuff before. I've never seen anyone else with a bottle of this stuff. I'll take it to school.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just making out it's more dangerous than it actually is as well, because I'm pretty sure when these are down to 10 milliliter bottles.
And I will say there would have been a child safety cap on the top.
Yeah, there will.
But I'm sure you'd be able to drink.
Yeah, the father went and gave it. What actually happened was that the mother actually went and poisoned the child
by being a fuckwit.
Yeah.
So,
basically.
The mother needs a slap. There you go.
But they're doing vaping down because of that. So yeah, fuck you.
Right. So iOS Wood.
Right, go on, Craig. You take the lead with these. Go on.
Right then, okay. It's all in the same order, so it's Richard, then Rick, then John, then me, and I'll kind of go and I'll run through them, and if there are any links, I'll do all of the work this end.
Have you got all the results from the polls as well?
I have got the links already. I am
good.
on the pulse. So right, first up.
So we all say one, and then we also say the viewers one.
Yeah, I'd say your one, and you can say why. So
yeah. So right, so we got first up is the best starter kit. Something that three of us know fuck all about, really, I think.
Yeah.
So Richard,
All right, so me first then.
yeah, you just decide this one, Richard. I think that's the best way of doing it.
For me personally, from the ones that I've had in and stuff, it's definitely by miles the Endura 22 from Inikin. It's got one button on and off. It's got massive battery life, which is a big deal for starters because they don't want to be worrying about it running out halfway through a day and all that stuff. Big battery life, nice capacity, mouth to lung, super simple to use, very sturdy. You know, like Inikin tend to be well made. And I got several in throughout it when it was launched, and I handed them all over to smokers, and they all successfully quit.
Nice.
So for me, the Endura, it's just, I think it's, it's better than the starter kit, your traditional starter kits like the Egos and stuff.
Yeah, way better. I think we're way past CE5s and CE4s and shit now.
Yeah.
And the flavor's not half bad on it actually.
So the other people got on there is got Rick. What did you pick?
Well, it's not really a starter kit. Obviously, I've got no experience in starter kits, but if somebody asks me, I want to start vaping, I tend to point them at what I know, and I would say you can do a lot worse than buying a Cleto and buying a Pico, because they're both. I still use the Cleto, granted with a rebuildable deck, but they're good flavour. They're as good as you can get, really. They might not be the nicest build, the nicest quality build, manufacturing, but 50 quid will get you set up with a setup like that. So yeah, Cleto and Pico for me.
Right, Richard, John, sorry.
My pick's the Plato. I think I already know what's going to win the public poll, and the only reason
there isn't one, is there?
Oh, is there not? Well, I know what would have won. What would have won is the AIO, and the reason it didn't for me was because, and I've moaned about this other stuff before. Weirdly, I'm swapping this round. Fuck, I'll explain myself. The Aspire Plato, I think, is a great kit. If you've got Triton coils, they're like 1.3. It takes an 18650 battery. You can charge the battery on board with a micro USB. I used one. I tend to take a starter kit when I'm away on holiday because it's easier to use at the airport and blah, 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 blah. And I took a Plato with me, and it never missed a beat. And it was a Triton coil, and it was great. And there's quite a choice of coils, different ohms, and you can go Cloud, Chucky, or not. And I think it's a great mod. And the reason the AIO didn't win is because the coils are shit.
So
I think they're gurgling.
I think we cede to Richard's knowledge here.
I'd agree, because
I'll agree on that.
Stuff and that.
Yeah,
so
I put the AIO in. AIO.
Yeah, it is a very solid kit.
Yeah, but you've vaped on these things, whereas we've kind of looked at them and gone, no thanks.
Yeah. Why would we? Exactly. Why would we though? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Richard.
Endura 22 wins the iOS award for best starter kit.
Yay! Yeah, we've got to do the applause for Rick.
Who needs Google effects?
Right, the next one's. I didn't put this one in the group, obviously, because you'd get a fucking million different responses. It'd be silly. I want to know what your favourite juices over this last year have been. So, right, Richard again.
Okay, just a handful of personal favourites. It's really subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's no point voting on this kind of stuff, really.
The ones that I've literally been vaping all year are Mango Sticky Rice, TYV.
I will say Mango Sticky Rice is the one by Vapor's Kitchen is the best mango that's ever been released anyway.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Sorry.
It's the one juice that makes me question, like when people lick it, like to give it a try. Yeah. That juice is horrible when you do that.
Oh, I've never done that.
So I've always worried about people testing it like that. But yeah, Mango Sticky Rice by Vape Kitchen, TYV Custard Donut, Goose Juice.
Goose Juice.
What's from here?
About this hoose.
And once it came out, in the summer, maybe in the summer, This fruit and custard by Vapetasia. I like the banana one and I like the mango one, but the banana one's really good.
Nice. Right.
Those.
Rick, grow.
Yeah, it's hard to say, isn't it, about the amount of juices we've tried. And I think generally most juices are pretty decent these days. It's not like the old days where you buy 20 different juices and like one of them.
Yeah.
I think they're all good now. There's not any bad stuff. So favourites that stood out for me, I suppose. I mean, I vape most of my own DIY mixes for a start.
Say that again, Rick. What was it?
Yeah, okay. There's the odd donkey. but the other one by them was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
The Anarchy in the UK, I really liked. But yeah, I've liked the Ice Cream Man ones. Really, really quite like those a lot. And Strawberry Fields, Arctic Peaches stood out for me. Wick Liquor, still a big fan of Wick Liquor. The list can go on, but I'm just going to say it one more, and that's this Sweet Jesus Juice at the moment. I'm enjoying that. But they're all good. Everything, and I appreciate everything I've been sent, and I've enjoyed it all, really. So yeah, hard to say, but they've been my main tank dwellers.
Yeah.
This year, really.
That was Rick's way of saying, keep sending free juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
How are we supposed to review it if you don't?
Oh, and I forgot. Oh, false brain now. I forgot. I've got to say that I love that roasted by Code Vapors as well.
Yeah.
I'm on that. I've got a bottle of that here. So.
Yeah. I missed one off my list as well. But John, what's yours then?
Mine are. Sorry, I thought I just found another bottle of DB. Oddly, DB's Raspberry Mint, which I've been vaping for over a year now, I think. Yeah. Still fantastic.
Yeah, you've been vaping it since we've been doing the show. I know that much.
Yeah. Cool. Weirdly, it was great. It was just before the show started, I think. I started vaping it and haven't stopped. I vaped. I don't even know what I vaped to that. About 4 or 5 litres of it, probably. I don't know. It's fucking great. Yeah, so DB's Raspberry is up there. Slime by Vaping King, which I've always got loads of. I'm a boring bastard. And Bantha Milk by Vape Swag, which I tried it ages ago. It was all right. And then I tried it about 2 months ago, and then I got hooked. Jamie Hepburn sent me some down, and I put it in the billet box when I first got it, and I did 30 mils of 12 milligram in about 3.5 days. And then he sent me 100 mil for Christmas, so it's quite handy.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's been some, as Rick said, I've enjoyed just about every single liquid that everybody sent all year. There was the one that we mentioned the other week from Anarchy in the UK, which was bad. And it's literally been, whereas it used to be 1 in 10 was vapable, it's definitely like 9 in 10 now. And then one's, I'm not saying they're all day vapes, but I'm saying that 9 out of 10 are vapable.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'd say even more than that. I mean, if I get one that's not sweet enough, I'll stick a little bit of sweetener in it.
Yeah.
And then it lifts it. But no, I don't think we're going to be able to pick a winner on juices. But
oh no, I think these are just our favourites. Craig.
I'm on DB Gluttony. That one I've already torn through, I think. I haven't been vaping it that long. And I don't vape an awful lot. I probably only get through like 10, 15 mils a day at most, I think.
I get through about 5, Greg.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. There's that. Planet Cracker as well. I've got a load more of that in it from DB. You
are a DB fanboy, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
It's good stuff, though, isn't it? It's great.
Planet Cracker's one of the best cereals out there.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really good. There's only one better cereal I found, and unfortunately they don't do it through their website to the UK, which is, if anybody ever sees it, which is Karmic Vapor, Silly Rabbit. It's not DB Liquid Silly Rabbit, that's a different thing, but Karmic Vapor do one over from the States, a guy called Matt Adams, and that is just incredibly good. That's just, oh God, I really do miss that. And everybody that's tried it has got this kind of little thing that says need to get more Silly Rabbit, so it's very, very good. So the other ones are Strawberry Fields, Cornfields, really loving that.
Yeah, fantastic juice.
Which is really, really good. I kind of like that. Rick, this is Rick's bottle because, you know, again, it shows you how subjective this all is, that, you know, Rick didn't get on with it and I got on with it loads. So we kind of like, we trade juices and move them around and everything else. So
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah,
and that was
I like their other one.
basically, wasn't it?
Well,
I really like their Arctic Peaches, but that one just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
It's like Wick Liquor. I didn't like the Daily, but I like their other, you know, give me their other 4. Great.
yeah, it changed around, doesn't it? So then the other one that I really, really liked is on the Bigglesworth Labs Amity, the lemon pound cake, that's been really, really, really nice. We've really been enjoying that. So yeah, so we'll put them on the group at some point anyway, and tomorrow I'll try and do a big edit of all of these while John's working.
Don't we need to announce a standout winner?
I don't know that you can have a winner for.
I think we just arbitrarily got a...
Yeah.
I think we've got to have a standout
I think you
winner.
could have manufacturers in there because there's 2 crossovers. You could have 1 and 2, or you could have a draw in first place with DB and Strawberry Fields. Oh, no, that's wrong. Yeah, it is. No, it's
I haven't even mentioned how much I enjoyed the Manor Bush tobacco juices.
Yeah, I've got it on here still.
Yeah, no, this is just our favourites, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is just our favourites.
There's too many.
Yeah, it's so hard, really.
We like, you know, we're glad that for the people who are sticking in the industry and keep going with it, like Billy and you know, and Strawberry Fields. It's good.
We were totally not.
But who lifts the trophy though? It is an awards. It is an awards.
Well, who do we get?
Has anyone vaped more than 5 litres of a juice? Maybe it should go to Brasbury.
Yeah, Brasbury.
It is good.
Yeah. I mean, if I was going to pick any, I don't like raspberry because it gives me indigestion, but it's a really, really good juice. And the thing is, the reason I like DB is it's just really, really smooth.
They never took the Michael with the pricing either, did they? Really?
No, you can buy a stupid. I mean, even when it was coming over, when it was a vape pipe, it was 30 quid for 120, and now at the pricing, even with just that Nick, you're only talking like 11, 12 quid, and you can do 100 mil.
Yeah,
something like that.
So,
Should
we give it to DB then?
I'd say that. Yeah, I could say DB
because you like gluttony as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I love gluttony as well.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Then.
And sloth.
DB.
And sloth.
Well done, Scott.
Yeah.
DB liquids.
It's got wait.
Right. So we kind of.
Hey! That was just me on my own.
Amazing. He threw his voice. The ballroom.
I've got a crowd outside the garage.
They're in the ballroom.
Yeah.
Right. We're doing it so the things get bigger as we go on. So some of these little.
My butler's in chat.
What, Gustav?
No, we've had John's butler in chat all evening. I kept telling him to fuck up and clean the silver. He told me to shut.
Has he got time to watch this?
That's what I said. Go and clean the silver, and he said he'd just shat in the kettle because I told him that.
Yeah. Gustav says, "Oh, why whore is the best." And it's probably not. It's not a bad point.
It's probably all right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Dong Magnum says Silly Rabbit is unbelievably good. He knows because he's over in the States and he vapes shitloads of it as well. The lucky bastard. So yeah, it is. That's the one that would be the one to watch if ever anybody got Silly Rabbit by Comic Vapor over in the UK. I'd kill it. It's better than Looper, hands down. Better than Looper.
That's not hard.
Ooh, I quite like Looper. It's all right.
I think Big J did a review of it and threw it across the kitchen.
Yeah, I didn't mind it because tell you what worked well actually was Looper and Planet Cracker together, and he made a Looper Cracker, and that was really, really good.
Did not like Looper. Anyway, the next one is best accessory.
Richard, best accessory.
Is it? Oh, okay. Best accessory. I couldn't think of loads. But the one thing I've got to say I use daily is the Coilmaster kit.
Yeah.
The tweezers, the snippers, the reader. It's it really is a handy kit. I mean, it's not what they've done isn't in any way difficult, but they did it and it's super effective. So
yeah, I'd say the same.
I use every day.
That's mine as well. Not that I use everything out of it, but I certainly use the clippers and the pliers and the tweezers all the time.
And you know, my answer is exactly the same. And it's the one thing I chuck in my case if we're going away for the weekend.
Yeah, it's got it all there. If you, it's not got. I don't use the ohm reader.
No,
I don't use the screwdrivers. but if I've got them in that kit,
Do you know what really
I've got
annoys
nothing
me?
else around, I'll use them.
The screwdrivers are the wrong colour, right? And it always annoys me. The
I
red
think the
one.
screwdrivers are quite good because of the thickness of the shaft. It's almost a 3 mil.
Yeah.
They are,
Guys
but
at the top.
it's the fact that the positives blue annoys me.
I think mine are they blue? Is it blue and red? Is it?
Yeah.
There's 4 versions, so it might have changed.
I thought mine was black.
Okay. Mine's blue. My positive's blue and it annoys me because it should be red. It should be the other way around and it just annoys me. But apart from that, it's a great kit. And like Richard said, they didn't. It's not innovation per se, but we used to pick up all these bits separately because I've got ceramic tweezers that I bought separately. I've got a pair of side snip pliers here next to me that I had already. I've got a pair of tweezers that I had already. I've got a pair of scissors that I had already. But the fact is that it's everything all at once. If you want to get into building,
Another thing I probably use most of is one of these little jeweler's screwdrivers.
Yeah,
and I still use them. I don't use the Kuro coilers.
I use the Kuro coiler. I will say
that. But I use these little screwdrivers, and I've also got something I use all the time is a fishing swivel and my drill to make fuse claptons. But no,
it also depends what you count as an accessory as well, because this is the only wicking I'm using now.
That counts. If you want to.
Yeah, so a little shout out for Fuzz as well.
I'll give a little shout out to Cotton Bacon VT, which seems to have slayed the prizes on best.
I haven't got any.
Wick.
I've still got old cotton. I found an old bag of Shadow Vapors.
I don't use Cotton Bacon V2 for my Gennies because I've found a really good method for wicking those with the pads and splitting them down and roll and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. But, what was your best? You've got the only one with a different accessory.
Mine is this thing, which is the Opus BT C3100, which is the charger, which this is fucking ace because you can do resistance tests of your batteries to check whether they're kind of going out, getting stale or whatever, when they're not charging right. How
much are they selling for?
I think I paid a bit for it. It's more than what you'd normally pay for a charger, but I can do. I think I can do. You can do at least 1 amp charging across all the bays. It'll do 2 amp charging, 1500 amp charging.
Has it got Bluetooth?
No, it doesn't have Bluetooth.
What's the point then?
But what it will do is it'll do. Sometimes Mooch was saying that you sometimes get batteries. You need to cycle them in a few times. You can do it with these. So there's actually a thing where you can cycle it 5 times. So it'll take it up to full, and then it'll drain it back down, back to full, and it'll do it 5 times. All the way. Also, as it gets close towards the top, it slows down as well. So the actual curve comes down so that it's put it very slow as it's topping it up.
I'm still surprised with battery chargers. They haven't beefed them up even more, so you can go up to 2 amps per bay.
Well, you've got 8 amps of pull on the power supply out the wall, I guess, haven't you? So you're not going to get much more because then you're getting 13 amps and you're done, aren't you?
Well, it's all right.
So unless you've got a 3-phase hiding in your shed like you've probably got, then it's kind of But that to me has been the best thing a lot out of the chargers that I've had. This one's been great. Loads of other things you can do on it as well. So and you can do every single thing across all the bays at different times as well. So all of the bays are independent. And the newer version, they've done checks on the software for it that actually runs it and does the charge. And it's very, very, very good. So, yeah, I'm giving it to this one. The reason I didn't pick the Coiler Master kit is because they copied the Friday morning resistance checker.
That's fair.
And I'm a big fan of the Friday morning stuff. I really like that kind of technical 3D stuff that they did. And the fact that they just blatantly copied the resistance checker to me was a real pity. They needn't have done that. So they've changed it now, apparently, I think, with the newest version of their thing that they've done, but it was too late by that point, really. So I thought that was a bit shit. They're very good at copying other people's ideas and putting them all into that one thing, which is great. It makes sense as a vapor. That's perfect. But I think it's also a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was the correct way of doing things.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's officially say that one.
Now we're going to say the Core Master. Going to say the Core Master. I think you got to wear it, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll say that. Master kit wins best.
I mean, yeah. Yay!
We're now on to best manufacturer.
Yep.
Right.
Same.
Right, Richard.
Right, tricky one, isn't it? Because no one's perfect, are they?
No.
The ones I've gone with, the ones I've had probably the most exposure to. So, Watofo.
Yeah.
I think they've just done the transformation in those guys in 12 months. They're just, everything they touch is, superb now. And even if it's not, you can see that there's a genuine intent there. Like, so I mean, there's a whole catalogue of things that they've done well. Conqueror Mini, Lush. So many decent things from Watofo. So they've even in the last 3-4 months improved with the mods as well.
Yeah.
They took is it Kaiser or something like that? The mod that they did was actually decent. So
they were really at the start of the year. They were not very good with the mods, were they at all?
They did some shockers, yeah, but they've improved. The improvement's very impressive. As Modus, I like what those guys have done. I like that they're doing almost every major company has attempted the stabwood thing, and they're the only ones that have actually managed to do it properly.
Yeah.
And whether you're into that or not, he's still quite impressive that they've managed to achieve that.
I'm quite pleased because I'm a bit of an arsehole. I thought it was very interesting that a few of the companies, I'm not going to call them cheap anymore because I think that the cheap bit's gone now. Really, I mean the clone bit's dead compared to what it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So I think the bottom end has just gone. I think it's mid-range and then high, really. That's it. So I think it was quite good in a way to see it's not that easy to do these things that cottage industry does with mods. It's not simple.
Yeah,
it is actually quite difficult, and it's quite an involved process. And trying to industrialize it turns out to be fucking hard.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the stabilizing materials. There's only 2 companies in the States that do anything that's really.
It's very fucking hard, and I think that's. I think that's something. It does prove there's a lot of work goes into the high end. But, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I went off on the tangent.
The other 2 are Lost Vape. I've been impressed with their output this year. The Squonka was really cool. I still feel, I know it sold well, but I still feel it's really underrated, that Squonka. DNA, LiPo, DNA 200, LiPo, it pretty much had everything you'd want.
I really like. Do you mean the one that looked like the E-Fusion?
Yeah, the E-Fusion Squonka, yeah.
Yeah, oh god damn it! Somebody in chat will tell us what the name of it is.
Halcyon or something?
Yeah, the Halcyon, that's it. Yeah, I nearly bought one. Nearly bought one, and I really like Dean's red one that he had. That was really nice.
But even the E Petite and all those, they were all really cool. DNA mods. And then lastly, simply purely for the goon, which I love, 528 Customs.
Yeah, I'll just support. I've got to say them as well. Yeah.
So that's my sort of 4. Sort of tried to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mine, I think I've got to mirror you on a couple of those, and that is Watofo. They've killed it this year with RTAs, I think. Low price, good quality stuff. I mean, they've closed the gap. Some might say that the low end, cheaper RTAs have overtaken the high end ones in performance now.
So,
I will say that actually. Yeah. So definitely Watofo. Aspire. I just love the Cleto. I think they've done a few good RTAs this year. Cleto, Quadflex, Nautilus X. I think they've covered a few bases there. And like I use the Aspire Cleto all the time. So
yeah, they're getting there with the mods as well. That one Craig Scott's good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if they work on, for me, but not for them to work on it for me, but just in my humble opinion, if they could work on the looks a tiny bit more, I think they'd do all right.
I think it's one of them. But I think just
like Watofo have done that. They pulled their game. Like the Serpent at the start of the year. No, sorry. Yeah, Watofo Serpent. Was a bit of a. It was brilliant. It worked brilliantly, but it was a bit fugly. And then the Mini, fucking awesome. Looks great.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the right mod to put my mini back on it.
Yeah, I just think that I think if Aspire can pull up the looks game a bit, I think there'll be a lot. They'll go really well with that. Right?
Yeah, I've also got to say, I mean, getting back to smaller companies in the mech world, really. Kennedy, Rogue, and 528 Customs are killing it right now, and they're not big. They're not big. They're smaller companies making a quality product and charging the right money for it. Yeah, Kennedy. Probably my favourite. Well, you'll see further down. I think the Kennedy RDA is probably my favourite of the year.
You can't talk about that yet. There you go.
No, but yeah, the Rogues and 528 Customs all doing a good job. Those guys.
Yeah.
I haven't got such a large list. I do too. I put Motofo down as well. I think they've done brilliantly well. And the second one was Vapeware Mods, because they bring out an atomizer. Because I do like mesh and I do like Genesis atomizers, and they're a great company. Craig has said before, you'd be hard pressed to find an atomizer engineering wise that's up to the standard of vapeware. I don't think there's not many people can hold a candle to it. I think they're incredible.
I think they're just a pretty fucking special bits of kit.
They're really, really special. And Greg, who from Vapeware, who's sort of a mate, he's an absolute diamond. So he's a really, really nice bloke to talk to and work with, and if you whatever, sort it out. And there's a great little community over at Vapeware Mods as well. Yeah. I know Genesis atomizers are few and far between, and I think that's where there is like Rick said, that there is saying that the lower end, what we would have traditionally called lower end, is taking over the higher end. I think that's true, but I think it comes down to styles of vaping at that point. And then there are still splits, like cheap gennies next to impossible, because they're made in such small batches that the cottage industry's got that sewn up in that way, and they don't do. And I'm not talking about. And mouth to lung is still held by high end because it's a smaller market. And
the thing is as well on the high end that you don't get many 200, 250 watt devices in the high end. No. You just don't get them.
When you look at companies like Hellfire and Vapeware Mods and stuff, they a lot of it is or was traditionally mouth to lung and about precision, really, which you might be able to get on mass produced. But
I mean, the Vapeware Mod stuff's just it's fucking incredibly. It's
great blokes as well.
Yeah, really good. So I've got on mine. I've got Watofo as well. I think the Serpent Mini, the Conqueror Minis, I'm not entirely sure about. And then
still better looking, though, isn't it? I mean, the Conqueror looked like a council bin, and then they pulled that out.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going down at the moment. I know Nigel's had a bit of to and fro, and I've heard various things from people saying it's 50-50. It's a Marmite thing, I think. Mm-hmm. They've got the Alto has just come out as well. I think Richard's probably got one on the way at some point.
Yeah, I've got one at work waiting for me.
Yeah, so that one's on the way. But yeah, so I've got Watofo. I think they've done really well. The mods, I don't think they have got a lot better. They started off really bad, and I think they had to improve because they were terrible at the start. I've got Kennedy in there as well. I'm a big Kennedy fan anyway. If anybody ever goes onto Instagram and have a look for Steve Kennedy, he's got a picture of a runner, I think, as his icon.
His brother, isn't he?
Yes,
Kennedy that lived.
Yeah. And he puts videos up of his actual workshop. Well, it's not really a workshop. I mean, this thing's got these are multi-million-pound machines that he's using for doing the things. And he kind of shows you him actually doing all of the ATIs and the whole process as well, and work, how it all works, which is really, really cool. So, but I really like the Kennedy stuff. I think it's very simple, straightforward, does its job absolutely perfectly well. And then the other one I've got in here is I've got Alliance Tech. I think they've done some really good stuff with. They take things that need it, or they look at things and go, how can we improve it? And they make an improvement. And I think that's a really underestimated thing that I think that a lot of people, it's like the 1922 Norbert, the one with the corset, as Angsty calls it. They, within a week of us saying somebody needs to work out a new ring to put out the outside of it, Alliance Tech had already bought one out, saying that you could put on that made it into a straight ATI. they're just very, very good with that. They do the bottom feed pins for a few of the other things. They've done the dot mod. They've turned the dot mod into a tank as well on one of theirs, which is really, really cool. They do a thing for that. But it's always worth watching them. I really enjoy watching some of the stuff that they kind of do. So I'm sticking Alliance Tech in there as well. So cool.
I've just, and I think, well, from us, then the winner would clearly be Watobo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And
shame,
from the
but it has
page,
to be, doesn't it? Really? Yeah.
and from the iOS Facebook group, the answer is also Watobo.
Ba-ting!
It's
Yeah.
the best manufacturer by plus 62. Oh, 66.
Yeah.
So yeah, they cleared the board on that one. That's if you really win well, you get the gong.
Yeah, so we got in third was Aspire on there with 13. Second was Hellfire with 26, and Watobo kicked Hellfire's ass. Sorry, Darren, I didn't mean it like that, Darren. Yeah, so congratulations to them. Next up, then we have. I've moved this along. I think this is another favourite one because it's going to be hard to declare a winner, but Richard will press us, and I know he'll press us on it. Which is the favourite vape shop online. I'm not doing B&M's because the B&M thing is just, we're gonna, it's really, really kind of a. Oh, John's making the thing that's going to make it decisive now. Oh, God damn it, he's adding into his notes, I think. Right, so favourite vape shop online. I'm going to go with Richard first.
There's this website where you can get parts for building mods.
Fucking hell.
And just think where the industry would be without it.
Yeah.
Or think of every time you see a beautiful handmade mod, where those just wouldn't exist, or they'd have been absolutely murder to create. That website, I don't know if we've ever talked about it. It's modmaker.co.uk.
I've heard of it. I have heard of it. As soon as I read down that list, I was like, it's got to be true because everything that I like is my favourite things. So, like my Artisan or Mike Dacus's mod or the Fog and Sailor and all this stuff, all the parts inside, all these mods only come from one place, and it's modmaker.co.uk. So.
And it's not. And have you ever heard a bad word said?
No.
Which is impressive for an online shop.
It's true. But they probably wouldn't tell us.
Well,
we're not the audience.
It gets around.
Well, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
The other one, just because I suppose we're a bit connected, but genuinely, Just Add Nick, I think, is a genius idea.
What's the web address of that?
JustAddNick.co.uk.
It's, just add Nick.co.uk. Yeah.
Just add Rick.
Just add Rick.
No, don't say it.
But genuinely, in the exact same time that everyone was, there was a 2-week period of total doom and gloom where everyone was saying we're closing. Everyone was saying we're gonna have to buy 10ml bottles. They're gonna be more expensive because of the regs. Not gonna be able to do this. Not gonna be able to do that. A shop just jumped on it. And
I don't know if I've actually said this before. I can't remember. But the joke of me, obviously, the reason that Richard just said we're quite connected, it's because actually, like my best mate owns JustAddNick.co.uk and he runs the local shops as well. And he had that idea, and he rang me and we spoke through. And Simon, who owns the company and owns the Vaping Emporium as well. Every so often, he just gets this spark in his head, and it from nowhere, and it fucking works from the off. And he told me about it, and he just went, "Yep."
I just think it's a really good idea. I just think it just came at the right time, and everyone has a way forward now. Everyone knows, worst case scenario, you just buy it like that, and it's absolutely perfect. And then the last one is a website. I don't know how well known it is, but DNAVapes.com.
I don't think I've heard of it.
They're the US, aren't they?
No.
No, there is one with a very similar name, Craig, but no.
It's a UK site. I think it's SMKD that are behind it actually, but that might be top secret. I shouldn't have said that. But they get things really quick, and their prices are really, really reasonable compared to a lot of other sites. So I'm not affiliated with that at all, but I just thought it's worth a mention because I do tend to find myself on there more often than not.
I was on Vapor DNA. That's what I was looking at.
So those three.
Rick.
Me, okay, yeah. The guys, I've got to give a shout out to Matt at M Vapes. I think he's a small outfit, but the service he gives, he'll customise atties for you. He'll make them into bottom feeders for you, and he makes some lovely mods. And I know he's a customer of Mod Maker as well, but if he wasn't, I would still say that he's doing a cracking job. So I've got to say M Vapes for one of mine. TYV as well. I mean, we love the TYV boys. They're killing it here in the UK. They've been going overseas. They're doing what an American big company would do, and
I think they're fantastic for the UK industry. They are absolutely fantastic.
You know, they've taken the TPD by the horns. They're making their own lab. And yeah, I've got a lot of time for them. We love those lads. Another just add Nick as well. Again, innovative, new idea. I think that's one to watch for the new year. And Grey Haze does a good job. Always got loads of stuff in. So yeah, they're my four. I'm going to say about.
Are you eating crisps? Fuck off.
Yeah.
No, John. What about you, mate?
I've got just add Nick. Modmaker.co.uk, and they're two, absolutely great. I know what goes into Modmaker, and I know what goes into Just Add Nick, because the two people who run both of those sites are my mates, so I know what goes into it. And as I said, I just think they're great. And without Modmaker, none of the mods that are my favourite mods would exist. So they have to be that. Well, I did put Just Add Nick as the first one because I've known him for 20 years, so it's fine. But I did put a special mention for because they would be in there if they were still going. So I just put a special mention for Vape Pipe, who've gone to the wall with the TPD regs and stuff. But Josh and I can't remember his Craig at Vape Pipe, amazing customer service. Just a brilliant set of blokes. And I won't tell you what Josh does for a living. Because it probably wouldn't me to, but
he's Welsh.
He's Welsh, yeah. He got a really intense job, 9 to 5, and then came home and ran, and then run Vape Pipe and source liquids from the US to keep up the Vape Pipe name and keep the prices down, so that you could buy US juices in the UK, and without Vape Pipe sort of led the way with keeping the US prices down. I really feel they did. That other people had to go, shit, I better check my prices because Vape Pipe are undercutting me by like 20%.
Yeah.
And that takes a hell of a lot of fucking work. So yeah, it's just a special mention really. They don't exist anymore. So it's not a vote. It was a special mention because there were a couple of really nice blokes who really did give a shit about the UK vaping industry.
So I've got three. The first one is Vapor Z because they sell Norbert gear. And
yeah, we like Tan and Rianne as well. They're good guys, aren't they?
And because to me, being able to get hold of Norbert gear, because the second one in my list is also related to that. I really, really like all that stuff. So
I'm trying to think who used to have Norbert gear. It was Schmo Vapes.
Yeah, and then they went bust, didn't they?
Then they went bust. Yeah, taking people's money and then spending it. Funny. That's how you end up bust.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not working, is it? If it's
Yeah, stop spending your profit, you bell ends, or you won't be able to carry on next week.
Yeah. Second one I've got was the reason that is in taste. If you're in Germany, company. Fantastic, and it's a real shame that nobody can get anything from them. But if anybody ever took the whole of their inventory and said, "I'm going to open a shop in the UK that just sold everything that was on in taste," I think you'd fucking kill it.
I think if they get a regulation change in Germany, or they clarify the legislation in Germany, then they'll open up again, to us.
Yeah.
And fantastic, absolutely brilliant. They got some, and I like the Vapor Giant and the K-Fun and blah 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 blah, and they had everything in taste.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I think I got my origin from there, didn't I?
Yeah, could have done.
Yeah,
I think I did.
And then the third one I've got on the list is Le Petit Vapoteur, which is
this is the link you slam everywhere. When everybody says, "Oh, no one's got it," you go, "They have."
Yep, they've got it. They've nearly always got it. They're just really, really good with the stock. So if you're ever stuck for something and you want to know what it is, it's like, Dot Mods. They've got them in stock. All of the Kennedy range, they're all in stock. They've got the Hadley over there, which is in stock. Everything. Just go and hit them up. They've got loads of stuff. They had the Alto, I think, in. Well, Richards is waiting for him at work for review, and they've already got it in stock over there, I think. So, they're really, really good. But I really like them, and they also do green vapes. They do juice from green vapes, which is fucking outstanding juice. So
I just thought of something else that I probably should have mentioned. Sorry, Are you done with that one? Can I jump back quickly to manufacturers? Because I've only mentioned people who make the end products, but I haven't even mentioned in there Fat Daddy Vapes and the likes of Evolve and Yeehee.
Mention away.
But no, yeah, we've got to give it to Evolve really for the boards they brought out this year.
Oh, yeah, we haven't picked a winner really, have we, for that?
We did with Tofo for manufacturing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, we did. Yeah.
But no, I'd like to give a shout out to Fat Daddy Vapes. I mean, without Fat Daddy Vapes, all these 510s would be crap. He pioneered that system. And yeah, good luck to him. Yeah. Hopefully get well soon, Dennis. Oh yeah, let's move on anyway.
Right, so this one will be a quick one, I've got a feeling, which is Best Genesis.
Yep.
Oh, John's not here, so that's that one done.
But we have to pick a favourite vape shop.
Oh yeah, we'll go on.
Oh no, yeah.
Right, between Modmaker and Just Add Nick, isn't it, really?
Modmaker. Well, John's not here.
John's not here, so he can't. Yeah, John's not here, so Modmaker. That'll teach him to get up.
Winner!
Yeah, Modmaker wins.
If you're watching this on playback, John.
Yeah. Unlucky.
You can have it next year.
Yeah. That's that one. I'll wait for John to come back, so I'll move that one. I've got up next, which is favourite regional vape group, Richard.
No.
I've seen your answer, so it's kind of...
None. They're all dog shit. Nev looks really good, but I'm not from there. Derby Vapors looks quite good. I'm not from there. The ones around me, the Yorkshire-based ones, are terrible. Awful, awful places. It's like... I can't even. I don't even want to get into it. None. I don't have any nominations.
Okay.
Well, from what I've seen, I mean, they're not very good around here. But I think last time I checked, I was a member of Nev.
Yeah, I reckon you are.
But they seem to be by far the most active and busy regional vape group.
They've got people working hard on that, haven't they?
Yeah, so I've got to give it to Nev if any of them. But I'm not very active in any of the local ones, so...
Mine's exactly the same. Oh, I'm not a member of any of the ones around here because they're dog shit. And they're dog shit because they're not the... just a hint, but this is... mine is Nev. Because Nev do what anyone could do, which is that if you're admin on one of these pages, your job is to edit the page, right? To edit the main page. That's what you're supposed to do. Just knock off the shit. It's pointless. No one likes it, and people don't interact because it's just like standing there having shit thrown at you constantly. I think there's one called. I don't even give a shit if they're watching it, don't they? I think there's one called Suffolk Vapors UK or something, and it's I think I've joined it twice and left twice. It's just unreadable. Anybody got Dripper? Question mark.
Yeah,
£5? Question mark.
It is. It's any shops in Hebden Bridge. Anyone want a Kennedy clone? You have to drive to York to get it.
Yeah. That's what the page is. And the thing is that Nev have all these rules because a lot of the people who are admin on Nev, like Dan Muddett and I don't know if Simon Sawyer is anymore, but he definitely was one of the founders. And
Ernie as well, and
Ernie and Jamie Hepburn and stuff. Is the fact is that they know how good groups run because they're in them already.
Yeah,
and they picked up a lot of stuff from other groups and amalgamated it and made an incredible group and admin it properly. That's how they are where they are, and they're incredible.
Let's wrap that one up then.
Yes,
no,
and they give a lot to charity.
Yeah, charity thing. And So they're winning it now. The public vote, right? The public vote. Okay. I'm of the mind that people adding people into the group because they want to, you know, they posted in their local vape group saying, "Go to the Ideal Home Show and post for such and such thing." That's great. I'm okay with that.
You're lucky because I was the other way. I was like disqualify them.
Yeah, but there's a bigger disqualification that needs to take place, which is UK Squonkers.
Yeah, I mean, we love UK Squonkers. Great group.
You are not
regional.
Local vape.
No.
You are not local. In fact, I bet you there are some people that have voted in there that aren't even from the bloody UK. So, yeah. So, no, you're not winning it. But your punishment will come later. That's all I'm saying is your punishment will come.
Who won the iOS actual vote?
It was Nev was second behind UK Squonkers.
Yeah, so Nev win because UK Squonkers not being a local, a regional vote group are disqualified. So Nev win.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're a Squonker, that'll teach you. Right. Very short one, which is best Genesis. I think we just leave this to John, really.
Yeah. Next day.
Okay, so that's it. That's the winner for that one.
Oh, I had a good valid
Sat 22
suggestion there.
Yeah, actually, Rick's got a good best Genesis.
Phil Collins, he was fucking brilliant. He's a great drummer.
He was good.
What the other one's
Peter Gabriel was good though, man.
Well, just give me a bit of Land of Confusion and it's all good, isn't it? You know.
I did like Duke and I did like Trick of a Tail. That was a good
off.
album.
It's just right next Stasis.
Okay, right. That's
All right.
yeah.
Winner there. Next Stasis.
That's for UK Skonkers. Yeah, favourite unregulated mod. Yeah, Richard.
I've gone with the Titan. I've not owned one actually, but I've had a go on several other people's. I've always been after one. Never got around to actually picking one up, but I just think they're brilliant.
I gave mine away.
Fucking hell.
What?
I had one of the first ones. I got offered one of the 15 LEs, and I actually turned him down, Eric, and said, I don't want one of them because your market's over in the US, so it's better to give it to somebody in the US who's going to be able to pimp it hard over there. So he sent me a black one of those. But I do, and Eric, if you're watching this, and Mast as well, this goes back to, this was Rianne. Rianne did me one, which was kind of like the basis of something that they were working on even before that, which has got it signed on the inside, which is Rianne, which is XAZN. So, yeah, I've got something regulated.
Yeah, so Titan for me. I'm not really a tubey mech person, so Titan.
Rick?
For me, be a Rogue, and I've got to say, yeah, Rogue would be the favourite at the moment, followed by the Kennedy Ruby. They're the two I've got. And
what are we counting as unregulated? Because I wrote iOS mod.
I know. I'm going to pull you up on this when you tell us what it is.
Well, I know you're going to say it is regulated. Forget it. I haven't got a nomination. Forget it.
But no, I mean, yeah, I make my own mods. So I mean, I've got a free parallel mod that's probably. But no, for looks and function, Rogue and Kennedy for me. The Ruby for me. I like the Ruby because it's can't take the Atty off. Less joins.
So, John, what are you going for, Dan? You
just for nothing.
Okay.
Come on, what were you going to say? Come on.
No, because it's regulated, so I'm not going to say it. I was going to say the Fog and Sailor, but it doesn't count because it's regulated. So move on.
No, well, Fog and Sailor gets a ward of itself anyway, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Titan as well.
I don't know. Although it's not my cup of tea, I would say the Rogue has probably been the biggest success.
But you've got Titan and Titan. But the winner for us is Titan because you said it and Craig said it.
All right, fair play.
I can get 3 Titans for a Rogue.
Okay. The Titan won it on our side. Who won it? Who in the Facebook group?
Oh, God. Who won it on the Facebook group? It was. Get ready.
I think I already know.
It was the freehand from Limelight Mechanics.
Was it really?
It was.
What is that mod then? What is that?
It is pretty.
Dean's got one.
What is it? A MOSFET?
Wooden Squonker.
Just a Max
Oh,
Squonker.
Squonker. Okay.
So Max Conker, yeah.
Yeah, Max Squonker. So,
Oh, thank fuck it wasn't the Frankie. Anyway.
yeah. So, yeah. So we'll have two. We'll have one for that one, and we'll have our one.
Yeah.
So you don't get the overall, you just get the one. But yeah, so Titan, right? Nice one, Eric. Right, put a note on that. Right, John loves this particular
How much
section.
I liked it.
Yeah, which is your favourite RDTA? We just add letters in now. It's like LGBT, A, I, Q.
What have you got, Richard? Favourite RDTA?
Azeroth from Coil Art. I think they just did it. They're all the same. They're all the same, but they just did it a bit better. It's just a better made. And a little mention for the EH Pro Big Bear as well, just because that's really good fun with the.
Oh, that's so. Yeah, I was talking to him the other day, wasn't I?
With the two juice chambers. It's a laugh. Is that? It's good fun.
Right, Rick.
Well, I mean, I don't think any of them are up to a great deal, particularly. One I've had the most joy with would be the V-God Trick Tank Pro, is it? The 24mm affair. I just find mainly using drippers now, they don't wick as fast as a dripper does. So, but no, V-God Trick Tank and the Aspire Quadflex, they were both good.
Right, John, what would you like to add to this?
I wrote as my answer, all shit. That was what I wrote. I'm standing by it. They're all shit. It's not. It's a crap way of making a. It's nothing. It's not even an invention. It's nothing. It's just.
Right.
It's just shit. I don't even get it.
Right.
Shit.
I'm gonna I've got the triad. I really like that triad actually that Richard sent down. I've used that quite a bit. Just because it's got just so much of a juice well in it. It's great for just sitting here and hammering. But because I didn't put this into the Jenny category, I need to put it into something which is, and it's still one of my favourite vapes, which is still the Origin, which is still just fantastic.
Is that just cotton through into the under tank then?
Yeah, so that's just cotton into the tank. That's all it is. And it's the principle which all of these tanks all work on, exactly the same as that. And it still does it better than any of them that are out there. It's still better machined. It's got a better deck on it. It's got a lot more options on it for doing all of the things you want to do. It's got add-ons onto it. It's so easy to fill as well. It doesn't do any of that gurgly nonsense that a lot of these things tend to do nowadays. And it's just very, very well made. And if you're looking for something which is second-hand, you can still get them brand new. They still make them. But if you want one second-hand, you can get one for like 50, 60 quid now. So I'm sticking the Origin in.
I'll second the Origin then, looking at that.
Yeah.
Richard had to go on mine when we were down.
It's not 2016, is it? But I think we should be rebellious and give it that.
That's the job. If you're going to go back, and then I'll give it to the Origin because you can stick mesh in it.
You can. Yeah, you can put mesh in it. It's got
and everyone since. I don't know if they copied because they probably forgot, but people just don't give it any credit when it was the first.
Yeah,
and the engineering on his gear is amazing. Norbert's up there, definitely.
Go with that. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Right. Where's the go on.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect for that.
Right. Here's the challenger then. We got two iOS categories underneath this one as well. So there's 6 things that need doing on this. Okay. Favorite regulated mod, Richard.
Yeah. The one that I like the most that's readily available is the Lost Vape eFusion 133. I just think it's easily available. It's not overpriced, considering it's got an Evolve board in, and it's nice looking. And I prefer 18650s over lipos, but it gives you the choice of both. I think that's really good. So that
they're very well made.
Hard for me to go with that really, because I've never bought a mod with any book with a DNA or an SX in it.
What you've always got them for free.
You've done all right though.
I've never been given a mod with a DNA board in it.
No.
Never.
Your pick's solid though.
Yeah, I mean, I was really pleased being I still rate the SX 350J board as probably my favourite board that's out there at the moment. And when they brought out the Q class with the USB charging, which was something I was always moaning at them about, I think it just stepped up a notch, really. And I still use this Q class. It works. It's not the prettiest mod, but I've also got on the other end of the spectrum. I mean, this was, I don't know, this was nearly, what was this, 150 quid mod. I've got to say about the E-Leaf Picos, or the E-Leaf, yeah, I stick Picos.
Yeah.
20 quid for a mod. This does as much as any other regulated mod does. It's well made. Yeah, so they're my two. I've got to say the Pico and the Q class.
Oh, I'm just going to throw in as well. Sorry, Flask SX.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, but they're my two.
My two are easy. And not that easily obtainable. One of them is
unobtainable. not even.
Yeah, let's see how attainable. Go on then, John. Let's just see.
They're both mods that were made specifically. Well, one of them was made with me in mind, which is the Mike Dacus Flask.
Wow.
That's my favourite regulated mod.
Right, now that one's hard to come by. Let's do the second one.
And the second one is my artisan.
They can't go in there, can you? I've been sent.
Is that the under 50 quid category?
I've been sent.
That was the best mods of 2016. They're my best mods.
Look at some of the cracking things we've had from Toby Allen, Crozier Creations, Fogging Sailor. They're great mods.
They are great.
But they're not.
I was only supposed to pick one, and I picked two.
Yeah. And what I'd like everybody to do, right, is I'm going to send a message to Richard and his wife, and I'm going to remind myself not to do any admin on the page for the next day or so. But if anybody wants an artisan, please feel free to message.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Seriously, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's really annoying. Don't do it.
They're really annoying.
It's really, really annoying.
But if you couldn't pick those two, what would you pick out of the mainstream ones you've seen? Because Billet Box.
Billet Box Rev 4. They finally got it right. I would personally dismiss the last three editions, and I would burn all your records and pretend they only ever made the Rev 4, because the Rev 4 is what the Billet Box should have been from the absolute get go. And the biggest difference, one of the biggest differences, obviously, is the battery. The DNA 40. This is a revision board as well. The big screen never slips ever. I've never had a problem with it. It's just a convenient, really little box. So that's it. Okay. If I have to go with something that anyone can buy, again though, you can't, because they go on and they sell in 2 seconds. But it's the Rev 4.
Yeah. Right. I've got down on here, which is the Fusion. I think that.
Anyway, fuck off! I've just seen yours.
I know, yeah, but at the end of it, I can like it. I just don't have one, so yeah, it's kind of. But I've got in there. I'm kind of thinking about this, and I'm thinking the Billet Box has done a lot, and I really like the idea of the Billet Box. So I'm changing mine. I do love the Hexome 2.1. I think the Hexome's still a great mod, and it is regulated because it uses an OKL in it. And I do love my elementals as well, and I think Anthony's done a really good job with all of those, and he's doing a new batch coming up soon as well, and I really, really like these. I think as far as C-frames go, these are kind of the end of, they're just perfectly made. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Billet Box as well, looking at what I've got on there, just because it's something I didn't really put on there. But it's...
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think they just did it. They've done it right, and it does look good. And the stuff, and the fact that you can do the accessories, you can do the doors, you can do the buttons, you can change the different kind of, the heads in it and everything else.
If they sold it with, is it the Extra set?
People are very 50-50 on it still, though. There's, just like Sean and Angsty they're having a bit of fun with it, only lasting a couple of days before the kind of taste really drops off on it, and other people like it. But you can just change it. You can use,
That's the other. It's the same as everything. You can just stick wherever you want. There are loads of different stuff. You can buy a Mister. You can go. It's still not a massive sub-ohm mod because there's only one battery in it.
Yeah, but for straightforward Yeah, and they're hard. Yeah, they are hard to get.
Yeah, I can't
So we-
deny
are we
that.
all happy with that?
People are whinging in the fucking thing.
Well,
But
there you go.
I don't mind what. I think that's got to be left to favourite because I think that's so contentious. Because
Yeah.
Billy Box winner, iOS award,
Yeah,
I
but we have
best regulated mod.
But we have mentioned some others, but it'd be nice, you know. I think there are some other good ones, like the Alien has done really, really well, but we haven't had to play with it. But it's not really our thing as well, so I'm not gonna.
give us our 2 results from the group because it's just us 4. So what are the 2 results from the group?
So the 2 results from our group are as follows for the best one: £50 and under. It was the Pico.
Yeah, it has to be the Pico.
Yeah, the Pico absolutely killed it with 83 votes for the Pico. So I think, you know, I'll put that one in there with the Pico squeezing second, the RX 200 in third, and then it kind of dropped off after that. If people in, by the way, if anybody's saying, I don't agree and my one should have got it, well, you should have stuck it in the fucking list and you should have voted for it.
There's somebody, Matt W in chat. I love the Rev 4, but I'm going to say shit because I can't get one.
Yeah, that's like the thing about the Norda. I can't get an order, therefore it's shit as well.
That's just what people do. I agree. Some people, you know, I get it. That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, we're just going to tell you how it vapes. That's it. We don't give a flying fuck how much the thing costs and how easy, how hard it is to get.
It's only opinion, and we're giving out everybody. So what's the above £50 one?
The above £50 winner is just loading it up. 1 sec, and it is.
I think we're going to have to start getting to 1-word answers, by the way, for us.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we got the Lost Vape. Now we just keep doing it. Lost Vape Therion was in third. The Billet Box was in second, but the Vape Droid C1D2 was the winner by quite a way as well. So, and it is very good by all accounts.
The only complaints I've heard are longevity. It's not, but I mean, a lot of those mods haven't been out very long. But the Droid has, and there has been some issues with how long it's lasting.
Cool.
But that's fine. It still won. It won.
Yeah. Phantom was in fourth, and that is really, really nice actually. But the Phantom's the new one, isn't it? The Phantom's the new Squonker.
Is it? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I don't know how that can be in a list of like the best ones for 2016 when people have only had it for like 3 days and they posted up a hand check today for it. Well, hey ho, you know.
Okay, we're on favourite RTAs. I'm sure we can get through this quick.
Yeah, right. Richard?
Personally, Goblin Mini V3 is my favourite RTA.
Again, I think that's 1, 2, and third one they got it right.
I think for me, Cleto RTA deck, if you want a bit cloudy, or if you want to go a little bit restricted, K-Fun 5 and Serpent Mini.
Wicked.
Cool. John?
I know it isn't 2016 either, so fuck off. But I put Vapor Giant, not a Nano V2.
Apparently, Frape says the Phantom is the non-squonk. Sorry about that. I'm going for K-Fun 5, the Moonshot, and the Tobacco.
I'm going to change mine. I'm going to change it back. I'm going to change mine to the Cleto because I've used it a shitload this year.
Well, let's have an over and 100, an over 50 and under 50. For
okay, so the K-Fun wins the over 50 and the Cleto wins the under.
That's perfect. That's what
Well, the other way. Yeah. Well, right. Yeah.
K-Fun over 50, Cleto under.
God damn it! You're making it complex now for the results. Right. All right. Okay. You do the next one. Favorite RDA, Richard. I'll do that.
Oh, whoa! No, you haven't given the group result.
Who was the group result?
Hold on. Yeah. I'll do the group result. You just check the thing.
Right.
The group result was. Come on, shitty internet.
Was it Serpent Mini won the under 50?
No, Cleto.
Cleto, sorry.
Bollocks. Okay, and on the group, in third was the Serpent Mini. In second was the Svomesto K-Fun 5. And in first was the unmentioned by us, Eden Mods Rose V3 Springy Wire. Sorry, was it Rose V3?
Yeah.
That was what one. So Serpent Mini, Svomesto K-Fun B5, and the Eden Mods Rose V3.
Sorry.
The V3.
Don't know why. Right.
Okay.
Best RDA.
For me, it's the Goon. It just is my favourite RDA.
For me, it's a Kennedy. It's got to be Kennedy. 24. I've got Goons and Kennedys. Both taste the same. Both good flavour. Kennedy slightly better made. But Goon is cheaper. So I would say under. I know Goon is still quite expensive though, isn't it?
No, it's not.
This is like the workings of Rick's mind. It's like all being laid out in front of us.
Goon's like 55, isn't it?
Oh, then over 70 quid Kennedy, under
can't
70
do
quid
that.
Goon.
No, you can't do that.
He can because we can just dismiss it in a minute.
I think they're both warrant, but I'll say K-Fun. I'll say Kennedy. Sorry. Kennedy.
I've just taken mine out, actually. So I wrote a thing I've never even tried before. I don't know why I did that.
Holmes.
Yeah, no, it's probably not going to be. It would be the Holmes, but the thing I picked up a lot because it's a piece of piss to build on, and it's got a bottom pin, and it hasn't whatever else. But it's still fuck ugly. Is the Tsunami? It's all right actually. The only thing it's got against it is it is never going to win any prize on looks. But I don't mind the Tsunami. I'm not going to say the dot mod. I got it today. It's fucking stupid. So I'm going to say the Tsunami.
Okay.
So the Goon wins for us then, does it?
Well, Craig hasn't said his yet.
Yeah. I've got the Holmes, the Goon, the Origin, and the Nada, but the Goon's the one that's kind of appeared.
Yeah. So the Goon.
Goon was for us, and the public vote was the Hadley.
Was the Hadley, which is the
that
fake
was
Nada.
just to annoy Craig.
It was the fake Nada went and won the group vote, which is just.
Well, that's what the public have spoken. So
the public are idiots, Rick. The public are idiots.
Well, no one said that they weren't.
I don't mind. It was, I'm holding up this kind of like you're all being conned.
You're the only one standing up there saying, yeah.
I am, mate. I probably am. But against the Nada, it just didn't make it doesn't make any sense.
But everyone who's got one, not many people have got a Nada who've got that.
All 10 people that have got one did vote for it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had both, and I gave my Nada away, but it was kind of I gave the other one away as well, I guess. So it was no contest.
What's the iOS unicorn mod?
Yeah, these were the things that we were asking people to say. What's the one mod that you kind of really, really want to?
I actually
You really want. I'm just sticking here, which is Winner Goon.
Fucking hell!
Right now, this is where we get to the punishment section for earlier transgressions by UK squonkers, right? Because when it came to the unicorn mod, the Art and Mod Deer went and won it, and I thought, well, UK squonkers, taking Nev over, and Nev were great, and they work really hard, and then them, coming along and doing that. I thought, what we'll do is we'll just rule out one of the awards that they voted for on there, because it's all the same people again.
Yeah, again, it is exactly, yeah. Because it never would have won ever.
Yeah, and let's be honest, if Arturo had a choice of which one he'd have, I know which one he'd pick. So I think it's fair to say. So yeah, the Art and Mod Deer went and won it, but you didn't win it. We're going to give it to whoever was in second place, and it's Artisan.
The unicorn mod one was a group vote, but unfortunately their first place was disqualified, and the actual winner was Artisan Mods. Well done. That
teaches you. That's right.
And the unicorn Atty, the Atty you would want if you could get it. Really, I think it's pretty obvious who was going to win, and they did by a fucking landslide.
Nada, probably, is it?
It is the Nada by a landslide.
Yeah.
Plus 52, and in number 2 was +6. So they didn't count.
Fucking hell, killed it.
It was the Nada by a shit ton. So if they can make more, make a fuck ton more.
Right. Interesting one.
Yeah. Favorite vape reviewer UK, Richard.
Okay, so my favourite 4 from UK are Dean, Todd, Scott, and Inky. Inky John, who is has got less subs than the other guys, but he's really honest, and that's all I really want from my reviewers.
Yeah, he's been on. He's been on here, and he's been really good. Nice guy.
Nice guy. So those 4 guys.
Well, I've got to say, I've got 3 people here. I've got to say that Mark Todd, because he's Mark, and I love him, don't I? We all love a bit of the Queen Mother, don't we? So we love him. I like it. You know, I don't even listen. I don't even hear what he says. I put it on when I'm laying in bed. I stream it onto the TV, and I just hear his tones, his apologetic manner, and it puts me to sleep. And it's nice. Yeah. So Mark Todd, Richard Vick.
He's good.
I'll tell you what I like. No, I'm not blowing smoke up a co-host bum here. I like Richard is very honest with his reviews, and some other people are can be slightly swayed. And it's thorough, and yeah, I like your reviews, Richard. So you send me that stuff up, whatever we agreed that you.
Yeah.
And I've got to say Dean as well, and for the simple fact, Dean has been hammering it harder than any other vape reviewer in the UK, in my opinion. And doing a good job, gaining a lot of ground, and he's got to be the hardest working reviewer in the UK right now.
It's no accident that his channel's growing really fast. It's like a football league table; it doesn't lie.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And he's absolutely knocking it out of the park.
Unfortunately, you don't win anything for actually winning the league. That's the only downside.
No, yeah, good work, Dino. Keep it up.
I completely cheated on this. I'll add another one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've forgotten to say Damien as well, and Scott.
Yeah, exactly. We're all cheating. There is, by the way, I'm not even going to fall on this one. When we get to the end, there won't be an overall winner because
it's not. It's
not for us. But
well, we did have one name that appeared in all four, so I'm tempted.
We will read the things out. Yeah, my top 3 UK are Mark. But these are all my mates now because I'm a very lucky bastard. Mark, Todd, Scott, and Damien, who are all 3 my mates. So really, through a benefit of the fact that being the UK vape community, I get to talk to these 3 blokes, and they're all 3 really nice guys. And I watch everything they put out. And the 4th one that I haven't added is our very own Richard Vick, because I watch every review he puts up. Every time my phone goes off, click it, watch Richard. So I
should have said Scott as well, just purely for the and Damien, actually. Both of those 2 really do have the equipment to do very high quality productions.
Yeah. Wicked.
And they're very professional.
Still technically the best after all this time. His videos.
I think he is. He is the format that everybody uses. Scott's format. Scott made it up, which is incredible.
And they're better than. I mean, if you're a new vapor and you sit down and watch one of Scott's videos, you're going to find out everything that you need to know about something. There's no bits skipped. He explains everything very clearly as to what's going on. It's it's just the cadence of it is just very, very.
I would also say I don't think anybody does build videos like Scott.
No,
he's the best.
But I've got the same as John. I've got Scott, Mark, and Damien, and I think and Dean and Richard, and and the others. But I think those 3 for me, kind of. Damien's just got that complete. It's just another world altogether because he's dealing with. It's not just about getting mods for Damien. If and going, hi, I do reviews. It doesn't work like that when you're in those kind of circles. There's just a lot more stuff to be done and a lot more work to be done rather than waiting for somebody just to send you a box.
And he's also like admin on SV and VIP, like high-end groups and stuff. And
he's got 12 kids that he has to fit.
Yeah, he's got 12 kids.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
I've just got on.
So no overall winner.
No overall winner.
No, that isn't a winner. That's not a winner.
No, I've just like to say I got a message from Richard saying thanks, Craig.
Go through the so the page results that you're the members of our Facebook group. Number 3 is Scott Bonner. Number 2 is Dean, the Vaping Biker, and number 1 is the Queen Mother himself by 130 votes, Mark Todd.
Yeah, he killed it. Mark killed it, and we do love you, Mark. And and just on that point, to every single one of them, to every one of them that have helped out as well, and it's been much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Those have been on the show.
Right, an easy one and a quick one, right? Which is favourite vape reviewer the rest of the world.
Yeah, I've gone with Nick Green. I still really enjoy his output. Just he seems a great, nice guy. And Matt's, if you roll the clock back and look at Matt Cully's Suck My Mods video, just pick a random one from December 2015 and then watch one from 2016 December. It just improves so
he really
much.
tightened it up.
They're really slick, lovely camera work, lovely effects, I just think I really enjoy his videos. I always have, but I'm really impressed with the improvement. So Matt Cully, obviously.
I like Matt Cully. Well. Matt Cully too, but I would have to say Ruby Roo is my favourite rest of the world.
Ruby gets it.
Yeah, I just like her. It's not really, like I said, she just makes me laugh.
I like I've got mine. My number one is Ruby, because of actually the same reasons as Richard said. It's those tight, compact. You've got everything you want, and you can sit and watch one of Ruby's vlogs, and you just hear about how to cook a chicken, to what goes really well with a mango vape, which I just think is great fun. And
I think she's got great flow as well, though. I mean, she's not. It's no nervousness or anything there with her.
And I think because we've dealt with her on the show and worked with her on the show, and she's done, been a guest twice or 3 times, and so we've spoken to her before and after the show and stuff. And from the people we work with, the great ones are the ones that don't change when the thing in the top right hand corner turns to live, and there's no difference with Ruby off and on. She's exactly the same.
Yeah, mine's Ruby as well, because she is ace. She's really, really cool. Really like her, and I think she can just talk. When we've sat there and we've spoken and we've gone off vaping, and it's vaping is just one facet in every, which is very, very interesting. She's got an awful lot to say about things, and yeah. It's Ruby really, and the reviews are really, really good as well. And she knows as well. I think she also knows when she's putting her foot in it, or she's gone and said something that she later kind of regrets, and she'll turn around and go, "Yeah, I'm fine with that." She doesn't mind at all. So yeah, Ruby then.
Ruby.
Yeah. Now we got the favourite vape entertainment show, excluding the Ideal Home show.
The two that I've gone with are VTUK and Vapers Worldwide. Vapers Worldwide is the one with Inky on.
It is.
Yeah.
Rick.
I've got to say Vape Talk UK.
Right, John's muted at the moment, so no, Luke. He's now talking out loud to himself at the moment, and he's trying to work out. What did he say? He said it was Little and Large show. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but he's actually muted on that side. What are you doing, John?
Well, he says Vape Talk UK anyway.
He says Vape Talk UK.
Oh, I saw your computer out, John.
Yeah. Is he what's he doing now? Right, anyway.
VTUK.
And I've got first of all, I've got Plumes, because I think Plumes are still kind of,
Oh yeah. Oh, are we not? Yeah. Well, yeah.
You see,
I didn't even think about the Plumes.
Now you see,
it's UK bias, but it's a worldwide awards.
Oh, well, I'll say Plumes. Plumes are much better than Vape Talk UK. They're a bit shit. They're just the only other UK one that's worth 5 minutes, isn't it?
So who are we going with then? VTUK or Plumes?
We're gonna have to wait for John. But while we wait for John to come back and do what I bet he's doing a Windows update, something like that. We'll come back to that one. We've got the winner on that one. I'll do that one. Right. So go on then. Favourite UK vape convention, and then we'll get John's view on the last one. Here he is. Has he got sound?
Hello.
Oh, he's back already. You can do
My
it quickly.
fucking
I'm going to put Plumes as well on mine.
Yeah, I was trying to type Plumes, and that's when it all crashed. Plumes and VT UK.
Oh, we'll call it a tie. We'll have one for each. Are you worldwide and
worldwide and international?
Yeah,
UK.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's right tie. Okay. So we've got that one. Tie Plumes. VT UK. I got VT UK going to go. We're as good as Plumes. No, you're not.
My favourite convention this year was the first expo. The first expo of the year.
Yeah, the first expo of the year was expo. Yeah.
Mine was two of them. I've got to say two, because I really loved Fest. The atmosphere and everything is better than every other vape convention. But Vape Jam, we just had such a crack up. The hotel was right there, the pub was right there, and it was our first get together. So for me, this year, I think I probably had a bit more fun at Vape Jam, possibly.
Well, you got the kids in tow as well at Fest, haven't you? And
yeah, I mean, it's just very different, isn't it? They're both brilliant.
We got to sumo wrestle as well.
I liked Expo as well, but it was a bit more of a pain getting about anywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't ours.
Right, John's is
Vape Fest. It was Vape Fest, but it does have a mention for Vape Jam, because it was the first time I'd ever met Rick and Dean at the time, and the first time I met Damien and Mark as well.
Yeah, same here.
And Richard.
And Richard.
I did right.
Yeah, in the pub.
And Richard, yeah.
And Riyadh and blah blah blah. So it was amazing.
We mugged Riyadh, didn't we?
Yeah.
Standing at the top of the steps, looking really confused, and I went, "You're coming with us. We're going to the pub."
Oh, wicked.
I'm gonna, yeah, I've got the two there, which were Vape Fest and Vape Jam. Vape Fest still got it in. You know, I still really look forward to just having that time off and all of the setup and everything else, and watching it all happen from the very beginning right the way
I'll
through.
be there this year with you.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
And the iOS Facebook groups. Ones were 3, 2, 1.
Fest one.
Yeah, Vape Fest 1. In third was Expo. In second was none of them.
Wow, what a curmudgeonly bunch they are, aren't they?
Fucking moody cunts didn't even go.
I tell you what,
they're butter because they didn't get any vinyls.
yeah, we should put a forfeit up for those people that voted for that. They've got until tomorrow to take their vote off it.
The John Frape Award for services to vaping.
Yeah.
Who's
gone and done their bit for
people?
For like people in vaping on.
We took it a different way than everybody else did, which is totally fine. Which is what because we all there's no point saying it. We all put Mooch.
Yeah.
Because Mooch done all these battery testing and stuff like that, and he does it. I mean, he's had some donations this year, but in general, it's been free, and it's completely honest and unbiased. It's not opinion; it's fact that Mooch is putting out, and he's, you know, and I saw him even posting today about making sure you remove the labels from your batteries and stuff. He just a really, I think everyone could agree, Mooch is.
I think he's provided some information to everybody that you no longer need to ask what batteries are best in that.
Yeah.
Go and read something by Mooch, and you'll know it's there. You know, it's in black and white now.
Absolutely. And the John Frape Award for services to vaping on the page was in third, Craig Harrison. In second, me. And in first, John Frape.
Yeah.
I lost again in the second most helpful vaping thing. Oh,
John Frape, John's just put in chat going, the fucking what? Lol. So we'll do you a special badge, John.
Okay,
we will do you a special badge, but yeah, our one we'll put them both up, but ours was Mooch for the obvious reason that he's
provided information that wasn't there before.
I thought I'd written this down. Now I've confused myself. Favorite vaping moment in 2016.
Oh yeah, I've put John's raffle for Amy.
Was it amazing? Yeah, I mean,
it just properly. Well, it was Todd's as well, wasn't it? It's
heartwarming, wasn't it?
Yeah, very heartwarming, and just when everyone pulled together, like that amount must be some sort of record.
It was, and the one because I always say this, and it is totally true. And Mark's and me and Marcus spoke about this in the past, and it sounds so twatty when you say this. And I know John actually, who's in chat at the moment, Frape will say the same actually, because he's done loads of these things as well with UKS, and he's always doing great with the SV ones and stuff. None of this works without the people who are going to buy tickets and the people who are going to give you prizes and stuff. And it all comes together because people. There's so many really kind, generous people around, really. I know we live in a world where we're all meant to say that everyone's a bellend, but actually they're not. Most people are actually really, really nice people. And they give you the shirt off their back. And they do. And that's how you can fix these little things. And they're all it is a focused attention on one thing for a brief moment. That makes such a big difference to people.
Yeah. And how much was it in the end? I think it was
9,500 I closed in, but I think actually it was probably more like 9,900 in the end. I think with private donations, basically 10 grand.
That's bang on, that is.
It helps somebody to focus on something else. You know, if they don't have to raise that money or fix that thing, it gets them to just concentrate on the
actual problem rather than
not how they're going. Not the little bullshit bit. And everybody did that, not me. Rick, what was your favourite moment?
Yeah, well, apart from that was probably, that was tugged at the heartstrings. That did in a big way. But I just really enjoyed meeting everybody at the vape meets. All of you guys out there watch the show. It's brilliant to see you all, to say hello and spend some time with you all. And meeting Scott for the first time as well up at Expo was pretty cool for me.
It was definitely Vape Fest. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, meeting Scott was fucking awesome.
Um,
He's really tall, right?
He's too big. Vape Fest. What have I got? My best moment. I wouldn't blow my own trumpet, so I wouldn't say the rifle. Would be I knew I'd written it somewhere, and I was thinking I thought I put it there, but I didn't. But it says Vape Jam. Met Rick, Richard, Mark, Jamie, as in Jimmel, and Damien for the first time in person. There you go. That's what I got there. So I knew I'd written it down.
Mine was on the way back from Vape Fest, on the way back from the Saturday night when we go back from the place where we all meet up. I'm not giving the name out because it's our special place. It's our special place. Kind of on the Saturday night, and we're going back to the hotel, and we'd all had way too much to drink, and even I was on rum and cokes. And we kind of wandered past this guy who was in a bit of a state, in a really bad way actually. And Simon Sawyers just stopped and went and just started helping the guy. Just went over, just was like, put him in the recovery position. The guy kind of like then kind of came to, and then Simon,
me and Ollie put him outside the pub.
Yeah, and you dragged him outside the pub, and Simon got the bouncer and went, "It's your job to go and sort it out."
No, that was Ollie.
Was it Ollie?
Ollie walked up to the bouncer and the bouncer said, "You can't put him there," and he said, "I can. He's your problem now."
Yeah.
And then we just left him there because he was perfectly safe then.
Yeah. So it's a case of you got to go and do it. But yeah, it goes to Simon for stopping. A lot of we were just on the way back to the hotel, and I wasn't really conscious of it either, But the fact that Simon went and kind of stopped, and I thought, "Fucking hell, you're a top bloke." So. Yeah, that one. Of all of them, I mean, me and Scott and everybody that you've mentioned have all been brilliant, but it's just those little moments where you think, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. So, yeah. Right, we've got two left. And there aren't really rewards for these, but we've got honourable mentions. Race through them, folks.
Yeah. Mine are just people that have sort of helped me out and also guested on here. So, Todd, for being a bit of a mentor.
Yeah.
Tom, Riyadh, Scott, and Tom, Riyadh, and Scott for coming on and filling in, and Cloudy for his unwavering vape spot, Dean and Inky, who I talk to all the time as well. So they helped me through as well.
But there's a few people behind the scenes, not even behind the scenes, but John Malcolm has done lots of graphic work for the show this year.
Yeah.
And he's always there, and he's an homie and through and through. John, for what he's done on SV and what he does on our group here now, I mean, probably the most one. I don't know who does the most admin. I'm not about as much.
We're going to Social Blade and we're going to have a look to see what's happened with the group. Okay. And it's not Social Blade on the other one. We've got like a metrics that we use for Facebook, and it's just fucking crazy. I try hard and I can't keep up with what John does on all of that stuff.
Yeah. And Jamie Collier, love Jimmel.
Yay!
Great guy.
But it's somebody that doesn't it gets mentioned occasionally, and he has been mentioned today, but it's somebody who's provided all of those vinyls that everyone's enjoying out there.
Yeah.
He's done this off of his own back, sends them to us, we send them out, and it's Mike Dacus. So good on you, Mike.
He's so modest with it. Such a nice guy. He
costs him money to make these things. He sends them to us. No money past his hands.
And all the bits that aren't on those vinyls, Mike took those off. So every time you see a vinyl, all clean and done, and we give them to people and stuff like that. All the spare that was taken off, Mike did that. He just sat and takes them off and does all that. He's an incredible guy.
He puts a lot of work into the community. But there's too many people to mention, but that's just the four I'm going to mention today.
I've just got mine the same. Well, I've got John Malcolm. A quick mention for Barry, who did like the picture for me, and he's always on the group. And he's absolutely lovely guy. And made sure he, took a moment to come over and wanted to meet all of us at different places. He's a really nice guy. Mark, Todd, obviously, Mark will take a minute out of his day just to send you a video to say thanks for something, because Mark's Mark. He's absolutely diamond bloke. Jimmel, again, and I've got Big Scott, just for being Scott. Again, fantastic bloke. And Riyadh, one of the
Yeah,
most
those
annoying, funny. His name is perfectly fitting.
Do the fucking rundown.
Rick is a dickhead, and Big Tom.
Yeah.
Shout.
Right.
Super Simon Dimension.
Oh, go on. Go on.
Go run through yours quickly,
I'll
Craig.
run for yours, Craig.
Right. I've got Kim Johansson or Jimeth,
He
who
did the original iOS, didn't he?
he did
Yep.
the original iOS, and then he got really. I think they all get involved with what went on with the bottles and everything else. It was like him and John Malcolm were kind of going art against art at one point for the whole Plumes bottles and all of those kind of things that all happened. There was loads of artwork that was all flying around, and he did one of me wearing a fucking necklace. I remember very well. But yeah, Jimeth, who really, really helped, and for doing all of the artwork he does as well. You see in so many vape shops, those little A4 sheets explaining how everything works. So yeah, he was really nice. I've got Dong Magnum for the tips because Eric D. Dong Magnum is.
We love Dong.
Yeah, he is. He knows more about vaping than everybody that's in our group put together. He really does. He's ace. John Malcolm. I've got Jimmel down there. I've got Mike Dacus down there. I've got Nigel as well, who does a fuckload of stuff for charity, and he gives mods away and does all sorts of stupid things. I've got Dean as well for all the work he did at the, because it was up until July, so he's kind of like it's a huge part of iOS in the last year. Then I've got Tom, Damien, Scott, Mark, Riyadh, some of the people from the US, and just everybody on the group really. I think we'd just be shouting into fucking space if it wasn't for people that are doing it. We'd still do it. But
we'd still shout into space, but it'd be a lot less interesting. But it's the people who post all the time and do this, join in with the silliness, the daftness that is the iOS Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not a member, come and join, because it's always, we don't let people, it's not like an angry little vaping Facebook group, because we don't let it happen. It's just a laugh. We try and make it fun.
I think that's the crowning achievement. I think of what we've gone and done it. I do think we've done well done with the show, but the community that we've got on Facebook is just insanely good. Really, I think we're very, very lucky to have what it is.
I'm a free and just good.
Yeah. And it's very active. I mean, it's really, really, really active for a group of its size. So yeah, predictions for next year. That's it. And
this
then
is the end. We're coming up to predictions for next year.
Rich.
We'll cover these quick. We'll maybe come back to them next year since it's the start.
Yeah.
But basically, I think that the tube thing will be massive again until spring, and then everyone will remember all the reasons they didn't like tubes. Like they get really hot, they only last 2 minutes, and they're dangerous.
That sounds like me in bed.
And I think what might happen is people might remember that dual battery mechs are better. Because they last over twice as long and they're safer, etc. And so I think that might happen. So I think we might end up with back to dual parallel mechs. And Juice was, I think there might be a division between TPD Juice and non-TPD Juice, and it might create a bit of friction.
Yeah.
And high-end RDTAs, I think really popular RDAs from this year, I think might come back as RDTAs. So maybe a Goon dripper tank, Kennedy dripper tank, things like that.
I have seen, interestingly, there is a Kennedy tank out there that you can get.
The Petri would be a really good one for a drip tank.
You see, Alliance Tech do you one. There you go. Yeah. So
maybe.
Could happen.
So those are my three.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to see an end of the squonkers in their current format, which I think they're going to be better. I think they're going to have better connections, have better internals, and look better. Because I don't think they're quite cutting it now. Being a mech user, they don't hit like mechs do, and they quite easily could. So I think you're going to see some better squonk designs coming out. And I think the TPD is going to come and be forgotten, and we're just going to get on with it. Whether you're buying DIY juice or buying small bottles, I don't think it's going to have any effect. But I've always known it's not going to do much to us anyway.
I'm with you. I really like that one. I just read it. just looking down, I thought that's quite funny. I put more closed systems by Big Tobacco. They are going to be there, and I implore you to ignore them and don't bother with them at all.
Yeah. Fair.
Great.
I'm going to say that we're going to start seeing some really, really high-end squonkers, the kind of stuff that you see, you know, the top bracket.
Like Geppetto and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it through, you know, Limelight.
They've stayed away from it because of what Rick just said there as well. It's the connections, blah, 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 blah. I think that's why they've stayed away.
I think we might see some really, really, really high-end ones. I think the high-end's just going to get, in general, on the whole high-end kind of thing, I think it's just going to keep on going forward. I know a lot of people kind of say that the high-end's kind of folding in on itself and it's attracted like bad attention, but I think that the number of people that are vaping keeps on growing, and the number of people that have got a lot of money keeps on growing also.
Would you say this is fair, Craig? I think this is a fair assessment of the high end. I think the people who are taking the piss have finally got theirs, are getting theirs. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think people are starting to see the Emperor's not wearing any clothes, and they've got fucked, and they always deserved it before. So,
I think a lot of them are have got out and maybe extricated themselves from it before it got critical. But I think the time span left for the current like generation of them.
I think the ones that are taking the piss are going to get murdered, and the ones who are putting the work in are going to do all right. And I think it's the same with everything.
Yeah, I think the quality's going to, you know, I think the quality's improved drastically over the high end in the last 12 months as well. You know, we saw like the wiring in the Famous and stuff like that. Those kind of things aren't acceptable anymore, and I think that might be the next thing will be that people will start being a lot more critical of these things as well.
I think that's definitely already started, and the first criticism is the second-hand market when they try and sell them.
Yes, yeah. So, but that's another thing in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a weird world up there. It's a weird world. So.
I think we're done. We're done at 2 hours and nearly 15 minutes, which has got to be the longest show we've ever done.
It is by 12 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. This has been the Ideal Home Show. Go and check out the group.
Putting up with us.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with us. Go and check out the group if you're not on there. Join. Go on. It's only a button. Click the button, and you'll be a member. All right.
Yay! Subscribe, like this video.
Yeah, subscribe, like, forward, share.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Yeah. Going anyway. See you later. Bye.
Bye.